grew up in Champaign, lived on McKinley Avenue. My parents decided to move to Urbana, and I started the 6th grade at Thomas Paine. Whether it was junior high or even high school, it was the friendships that were made, and still to this day, our class regularly meets every 5 years. One of the things my father was always adamant about was you needed to work. So I started at Johnson's IGA after school at 15. I got a school, work permit. As I look back, there's where I learned a lot about business, customer satisfaction, how you dealt with the customer, how you counted money. I won't say that I didn't learn anything in school, but I learned a lot outside of school. Most of my friends, in fact, probably all of my friends in school were going to college. I had really no desire to go to college. I didn't want to be a bag boy, for the rest of my life. So I contacted an employment agency here in town, and they sent me out to 2 interviews. One was at Burger King, and the other one was Campbell Dental Laboratory. I didn't know what to do, so I went to my father. He worked at the University Press. He was a printer. And he basically said, that lab job sounds pretty interesting. In 5 years, you don't like it, go try something else. That's good advice. So that's what I did. And I got started there in May of '73, so 50 years in a few months for me being a lab technician.
Jerry has become a business success through the School of Hard Knocks. He's just worked his tail off. So I first met Jerry through mutual friends and really in connection with Urbana Alumni Association events. I joined the board of the Urbana Alumni Association, got to know Jerry much, much better.
I started with the Urbana Alumni Association in 1996. It was formed in '95 by Bob Venable. And it was just a group of Urbana High School graduates that met in the basement of Jolly Roger, and we would put together different events. The Cash Bash was a big one, golf outing.
First of all, Jerry is just too modest. I'll tell you that. Jerry will not toot his own horn. Jerry will not describe everything that he has done. We had, over the course of years with the Urbana Alumni Association, several major events. The Schools Foundation had an issue where they were separating what was called the Idea Store, which was a retail store of used goods. And the separation of that store was going to cause a real hardship to that store and its promise. What we came up with, and it's Jerry's idea, was to provide a gift certificate to every Urbana school teacher to the Idea Store.
That was fun. We had a good time, doing that. And it was just $50, but $50 went a long way in the Idea Store.
These teachers literally were individually handed their certificate to the Idea Store. And Jerry just coordinated it all and just did a wonderful job. And he'll never take credit for it, I'll tell you.
People ask, for your help. And when you tell them you're going to help, then help, and I've stuck with it. And Joyce and Steve, Cynthia as well. We just enjoy it, it's not that it's not work, because it is. But when it's all said and done and you kind of take a step back, you've done some good. And so you go on to the next project.
The recognition that Jerry Ragle has is that it takes a team. But you can't have a team if you don't have a leader. Jerry Ragle has been the Urbana Alumni Association leader. And I'm proud of him. I think the community should be proud of him.